State gang the mob, we in too deep. MoneyBoy Trey, Looney Tune melodies. Let's go! I can take a bitch if I want. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Harmon. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I can take a bitch if I want her. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Harmon. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. Hey, little nigga, I was trapping out the Carter. Single parent home, being willing, I'm a father. Money go get it, I ain't never been a quitter. Had to be the breadwinner for my sons and my daughter. Nigga real fat, blue eyes, 20 pointer. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take it down from the back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like Army. Bulletproof vest, case nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. State to state, moving weight, we're running. Post sales, get broke by the 100. No consignment, no be on the front. Camera on it, Birdman and stun. Bitch, stop capping, you ain't talking about nothing. Jacking up the trunk on the time, hit your bust. Look with the pussy, but you never gotta touch it. Came down the middle, but you had to make a bust it. How you getting money, but a flat it on your budget? All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Sir, you know you need to cut this shit. All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Throwing tuck and start crying in public. You a bitch. Need a dick, so a bitch cannot suck. You a bitch. You need to be saying you disgusting. You a bitch. Bitch, you a lame, you a dust. You a bitch. Why you stay sweating? You must. You a bitch. You went from the streets, you a pussy. Oh, need a dick ass nigga. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Harmon. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Harmon. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. I die about mine, never take nothing from me.
Hey, no, that's not cool though. That's not cool. You wanna take me a ride, man. Clear my motherfucking head, cause I can't believe a motherfucker I really cared about, I really loved you at one point, G. Like low key. Like, come on now. Like low key, G. You think it was cool for your friend to get up there and expose everything you told him about me? That wasn't cool. You know that wasn't cool for real. That wasn't what's up. That wasn't what's up. That shit triggered the fuck out of me because that was wacky. You know it was wacky. Fuck my key at. You know that shit was wacky. Let me take me a drive, G. This shit getting out of hand, G. This shit getting out of hand to fight somebody else fight. Especially about people we talked about their commentary and their style of how they do people. You laying me out. You feed me to the wolves for what? You feed me to the wolves for what? What you feeding me to the wolves for, Shiv? For what? For what?
Staying feeling. Oh God, man, I hate that bitch. Oh God, I don't give a fuck. I hate her guts. She can suck my dick. Oh God, fuck her boyfriend Tommy. He can get it too. Real unspoken purpose. Fuck your entire crew. Oh God, PP stay talking. Now she getting sued. Corporate lunches, drone on edges, stressed out eating food, bitch. She was fucking her uncle, fucking him night and day. She slept in the bed with him, she even called him babe. She was fucking her uncle, fucking him night and day. Then she got pregnant, had to send the child away. I can't stay and feel it. Oh God, man, I hate that bitch. Oh God, I don't give a fuck. I hate her guts. She can suck my dick. Oh God, fuck her boyfriend Tommy. He can get it too. Real unspoken purpose. Fuck your entire crew. Oh God, PP stay talking. Now she getting sued. Corporate lunches, drone on edges, stressed out eating food, bitch. She was fucking her uncle. Fucking him night and day. She slept in the bed with him. She even called him babe. She was fucking her uncle. Fucking him night and day. Then she got pregnant. Had to send the child away. She was fucking her uncle. Fucking him night and day. She slept in the bed with him. She even called him babe. Had to send her away. She was fucking her uncle. Fucking him night and day. Then she got pregnant, had to send the child away. She sent her away. She was uncle. Fucking up night and day. She slept in the bed with him. She even called him babe. She was fucking her uncle. Ooh, fucking up night and day. That shit money, boy. Then she got pregnant. Had to send the child away. Ooh, yeah. Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, started in a rumor house, popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Out of space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, get the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't to please and she proceed to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I wanna deep throat clean. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On an all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tagged hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no nigga, you don't know me. Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip.
Serving after crack, I feel like Jesus on that trapper gas. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapping fast. I don't need no church, I'm in the booth, I'm about to test the fat. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, back to Rocker Stadium. Tripping sauces like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot and kill for real, we trying to penetrate your cranium. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by, niggas bout they face again. Bands on me, now we doing donuts in the Lambo, plenty gun, plenty ammo, gotta get it, cause this man no money power. When I step up, going around like a tornado, gotta plug you from Barbados, eating good, stay with
Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple and yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. Nope. You gotta feel me, nigga. Yep. Smile in my face behind my back, you trying to kill me, nigga. Damn. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? What? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. Bitch. You ain't hard at me. Nope. Couple kick dough, couple robberies. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken, bitch, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater man, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MP3. I honestly pay him no attention and they up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. There no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking them numbers. I cop it, whip it, and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go glitter, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shadow, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of hate, state gang in the city. Good morning, people. Good morning. Y'all like my Wizard of Oz hat? Yes, I'm the talking head. Where to start? If your team is 0-2 like mine, don't feel bad. Just stop watching football. I know we still got 15 more games left, but just stop watching football until they get to 500. We're going to Dalton this morning. We're going to Dalton. Is it Thornton? Yeah, I guess it's Dalton. I don't know where Tiffany from. We're from Township, but Tiffany talked about that was the Thornton Township meeting. Never mind, we're going to Thornton. But Tiffany did cut out the segment from her meeting that the trustees didn't go to, where the lawyer got up and talked. She made a 15-minute cutout of that, put the official Village of Dalton seal on it, and said that's her fighting back. Her fighting back is her lawyer up there talking, not her, but whatever. And I've still yet to see, since her lawyer said they had all this proof, we ain't seen one receipt. She ain't put it on Cooking with Tiffany. The only thing she's sharing on Facebook is Nick Cannon quotes. It must be on Twitter. She won't let me on there, but I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. I don't understand it. But she says she fighting back, y'all, with propaganda videos. And that actually, I wonder who she had record that segment for her, because they weren't streaming at the Village of Dalton. They weren't live on the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. So I wonder who she had paid for them. And I wonder if they on the warrant list. Well, all right. So super producer just so happened, I guess the cards lined up that way. She had just so happened to talk to Stephanie the very next day after what's that lady name? Tiffany tried to stunt on her. Good morning, Raina. After Tiffany tried to stunt on her, she got it the very next day. And I'm interested because Tiffany said Stephanie know where the money is. She had $18,000 raise, and she was pointing out Stephanie. So I wonder what Stephanie got to say. Because Stephanie didn't get to respond at the meeting. And Stephanie looked like she could cuss a little bit. I just keep it real. She looked like she could cuss. Y'all know we all got this one friend, white friend, who will cuss you the fuck out. That's Stephanie. That's what she look like. Like she'll get you together real quick. One of my speakers died this morning.
Hello. How are you?
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, this is my pleasure. I mean, I am so honored right now and nervous because I definitely am in the presence of greatness.
Truth hurts. Now, you know damn well. With a title like that, we is all itchy. I was gonna put my live on hold. I was like, Truth, you can go live. I want to hear what you talking about. When I'm talking about boring compared to what your title indicate, I want to know who the pink elephant is. I want to know. Is she talking about Piglet? I don't know. She says she might not do the live, but I think she should do the live because I'm already invested and I don't even know what she's talking about. But I'm invested. So there's that.
Okay, that's the way I feel about it. I feel like we are being graced with your presence because you definitely have been in this fight for a while and since the beginning, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I appreciate your kind words.
Oh no.
Very sweet of you.
You deserve all of those words. As I told you previously, you deserve all of those words. It takes a lot to stand up to people that are in a position of power. So, I definitely commend you for that. The first thing I want to talk to you about, because here on this channel, we good girlfriends. That's what we do up here. We talk, we just chop it up for a minute. So if you would, please let the people know how long you've been a resident of the township.
Since 1980.
Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time. So you grew up here in Illinois?
Yeah, I was born here. I lived in Riverdale. I attended elementary school in Dalton.
Now you can't.
I moved a couple neighborhoods over.
Shout
high
out
school.
to StreamYard for creating the talking head. So
all right, and
so
of course you have a family here. You have family married.
I am not married, but me and my other half have a 23 and an 18-year-old.
Okay.
And we have two grandbabies they're both girls. One is 2 and one is 4 months.
Well, listen, y'all married as far as I'm concerned. Because when you in the mud with somebody like that for a long time, I mean, yeah, you married. You married. So that's beautiful, though. That's beautiful. And why did you decide to settle out in the Southland or out, in the South suburbs? Why did you decide to settle out there?
My whole family is here.
Y'all got a tropical cyclone.
You're not. We're really close, and it just made sense. When my children were small, my mom is an amazing grandmother, and she was, our daycare pretty much.
Right, because that's what grandparents do. That's what they're there for.
Yep.
That's great. So now I want to transition to how you got into all of this. So I want you to explain to the people.
Y'all, tonight we got to talk about the homeless girl again. Fuck the beef that she did. I subscribed, and for some reason she got to the point where she irritates. She do so much. She have so many community posts. Woe is me. She has so many uploads and lives. Woe is me. And I actually was talking to her last night, and I'm like, you know what? I went in there and started typing. But last night's topic of her show was she done started an OnlyFans, and she on there complaining about the backlash that she got from the women, and then she's complaining that she ain't got no support from the men. Now, no support from the men, the men don't want to see it, that they don't want to take part in her sexual exploitation. That would be a good thing. But she was angry at the guys saying, hey, I got 7,000 subscribers, and I ain't got nobody, she ain't got nobody on OnlyFans and things of that nature. And then I think it was some people being there, I can't recall. I think people was telling her she might well sell pussy, some shit like that. And she was like, well, I'm not gonna get naked. And then that's when I chimed in, like, you ain't gonna get no money unless you just got you have to have a big ass following to be teasing motherfuckers like this. You ain't bad, baby. You ain't Black China and shit, you know. And then she was trying to like dudes ass. We gonna listen to her because it's ridiculous. Cause she's doing all this while she's homeless. She was started OnlyFans and she want niggas to watch a homeless girl play it. I straight up asked her, what you gonna be doing on OnlyFans? She said anything but fucking. Like, what the hell does that mean? I don't understand. But she's trying to portray this image as a good girl and she ain't been out here fucking around and all this stuff. But she fucked the dude that interviewed for $100. So she been selling pussy. We gonna listen to it because it's weird. I can't believe people. I can't believe it. I just go and say you selling pussy. God damn, get the shit over with. But she is mad at the men for not doing it. But then at the same time, she was like, it seems like all the wrong type of men get next to me, they be trying to help. But then she telling the chat to help by watching her OnlyFans. But then ain't nobody doing it because they don't want to be the wrong type of dude. So she created herself a catch-22 of sorts. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Monique tonight. That's what we're doing. Can't hold my mule no more. This motherfucker do 7 lives a day and 37 community posts. And it's all the same shit. She's a victim every motherfucking day. And then she wonder why shit can't get better. Because you are a perpetual victim. Same thing with Miss Grabowski over there. She's a perpetual victim every day. But I'm a survivor. So you constantly reliving that shit instead of letting it go. And you wonder why shit can't get better because you ain't let it go.
Where did you first start out in the township? How did you first get involved in Thornton Township?
Well, it was the executive director at the time. This was around 2002. I knew her because she lives in the same community that I do. They were running a tax refund program. It was like a tax rebate program. And it was a part-time position, you know, very entry level, just kind of like clerk work. And I started there. And from there, it just kind of went to the next step and then the next step. And there I was before I knew it 20 years later.
So you've held several positions in the township. So you're not a stranger to the processes and the services that the township has offered over the years.
No, not at all. Like I said, I started in that tax refund program and then ran everyone after that. I worked in general assistance as a caseworker for quite a few years. I then went to finance for a while, and then I moved over to administration.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I just want to let the people know your level of experience, because when you get these hood rats out here disrespecting people, you know, really pretending that you don't know what you're talking about, or you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Tiffany definitely goes around and makes it seem like, you know, people don't know what they're doing or talking about. So I just wanted to give the people a little bit of your history.
Tiffany show act like she's the only one that know what's going on. All the people in both places she worked, nobody knows anything except her. She's the most educated person in the room every single time. That's crazy.
Township, definitely, you know how the township is supposed to run. 20 years gives you a vast amount of experiences of seeing pitfalls and successes, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to go from that to, I read, or as I researched, you.
Yes, I seen you commune wall. I seen John Frank commune wall. When y'all gonna go live and talk about it? I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on. I seen y'all, but I don't know what's going on. So I need y'all to narrate it for me so I can be in the loop. Otherwise, I won't know. And I'm fine not knowing. I ain't gonna go over there and watch it and don't know about it that I know and talk about it. I'm just not gonna do it. But yeah, hopefully y'all will do y'all every and every panel on it.
Where at one point, Frank Zuccarelli's chief of staff.
The homeless girl from Monique that slept with Marcus from Atlanta Street interviews her. When she trying not to sell pussy, like she pretty much, she don't know how to scam it out. If you gonna scam niggas into signing up, thinking they gonna see some pussy and you just in G-strings and shit, you don't tell them that. What the fuck? You don't tell them they have to sign up to see. You just being honest. That's why you ain't got no subscribe. Just be honest. I'm an OnlyFans connoisseur, man. You gonna have to be fucking yourself, fucking somebody. You got to be doing some nasty shit to get some money. I repeat, you ain't Black China. You ain't Bad Baby. People who had followings before they decided to go on OnlyFans. Hell, you ain't even Miss Twerk something from the twerk team. You ain't Atlantic Pop. You ain't none of these people. So you can't just be. You don't get to have the clout of not getting naked, nigga. Even them women show titties and shit. So there's no way you gonna avoid the sex part of OnlyFans. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tag you in the video. We're gonna have to talk tonight, Monique. I'm gonna tag you in the video so you can see it. We have a conversation. I'm telling you, you seem like one of the people that watch everything. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. She was ready to block niggas last night because they were talking. She talking about OnlyFans and they were talking about the pussy, and she was like, I'm gonna block everybody. Ma'am, you talk about sex to a group of men. You done ran all the women off because all the women were older and you said you didn't need no help from older women. So they gone. And then you were asking about the subs. Like a lot of people sub and never come back. They just don't unsubscribe. They don't remember when they subscribed to you. Remember a video 2-3 years ago that they subscribed to. Ain't been back since. That just had work.
Yes. That took place.
What the job entails. Because what I want to bring us home into, because we're recapping the meeting from yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. So Carmen used to be what you were to Frank Zuccarelli, right? So please let the people know what a person in that position, chief of staff for the supervisor, does, or what their job entails.
Well, for me specifically, I was in partnership with Dr. Weems, who was the director of Youth and Family Services, and he was also the executive director. We oversaw the day-to-day activities. You know, we reported to the supervisor and...
Wait, stop right there. You said you reported to the supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
So during the meeting, when Tiffany was looking around asking the trustees, what these...
I got an OnlyFans to buy, and I know that it ain't nobody come to see nothing, but fuck it, they coming to see sex. If they come over there, they coming to see sex. They ain't coming for nothing else but sex. They want to see what's up. They want to see the women in it. They want to see sex. That's it. I don't know why she got this misconception. And then to myself, I'm subscribed. I follow girls on OnlyFans, and they're not getting naked. I was like, but then she, what I was about to type was, well, that's because they're saying the nigga shit in the DM. They do customized videos and shit. That's when they get naked. But the thing is, they still get naked. You just can't see it on their page. But if somebody pay them, they gonna get naked. It's just how it be. You just can't avoid it.
All the heads gonna do because they ain't got no credit card.
What I'm taken aback by her is she act like she ain't used to selling no pussy. I'm taken aback like this is not a new thing for her. Sex work ain't new. If you uncomfortable doing OnlyFans, well, ma'am, go dance at a titty bar. Since you just made, she saying that's the line she taking there. She said she been a good girl her whole life, even though she sold pussy to the Atlanta Street interviews, nigga. She been a good girl her whole life, and it's gotten her nowhere. So now she on OnlyFans. That's the story she's painted to her followers. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy.
Well, we operated just fine without the credit cards.
Oh, tell the people again a little louder into that.
As a matter of fact, and if there's anybody from the township in the chat, I'm sure they can chime in on this. There were numerous times that we pressed finance to look into getting department credit cards because it would make things way easier, no doubt. However, we were told that it wasn't a possibility and that we couldn't do it.
And for me, why should you? Why should you do it when?
So I like this interview because this is an insight on somebody from the Zuccarelli administration. I don't know all the players. These is people that was on the inside. They know some things. Tiffany has been dropping, I guess, documents and things of that nature since this shit popped up. I've seen on the news a few times. She's been in the chat before. So she's been vocal in the fight. I want to know what she said. Did she spill any tea? I heard Dr. Nikita pulled up too.
Supervisor.
Did they drop tea?
Is the person that you're supposed to be accountable to, right? So the supervisor actually should be the person that's overseeing, in this case, the day-to-day, because the township is about services, right?
The day-to-day.
So therefore, you should be turning in invoices. You should be asking permission to purchase things, right? Is that right? Is that how that works?
Absolutely, and that was his reasoning behind wanting only one card. Because when you need something, you have to get it from me. I know what you're purchasing. I know what it's for.
Yeah.
If I'm asked questions, I can answer them. He had
that makes sense.
the card, and he took accountability for that. If somebody had that card and did something wrong, guess who was going to take accountability for that? Not the employee, the supervisor was, because that was his job.
Wow. So it's actually the supervisor's job to be accountable for the finances.
Well, Gonzalez
An amazing
said,
theory, isn't it?
Wow, that's a strange, because this person for the last, 2 years, have acted like the supervisor don't have anything to do with the actual finances.
Yeah, well, the supervisor's name is on every check.
What? Well, my Lord. Now, why would that be? I mean, I'm just trying to put things in proper perspective. I'm trying to give the people a definition of what the supervisor should be doing. Somebody wants to know, how many supervisors have you worked under?
Just Supervisor Zuccarelli.
Yeah, because he held that position for a long time. Why? Because he was good at it, right?
People loved him.
Okay.
Maybe not the politicians.
Right.
He was a who, but the residents, the people, they loved him. He had a passion, and it's honestly what kept me at the township for so long, was watching the passion for people.
And now let's be fair. He didn't know everything, and he did make mistakes. He wasn't perfect.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, he did to the best of his ability for the people.
For 30 years.
So this person, Tiffany Henyard, that is out there acting like this is something foreign for a supervisor to have a credit card, is acting for the people, right?
But she don't act like it's for. She said that it was one under Frank. She said it. She know that. She just said she thinks it's stupid.
Yeah, and the irony in the fact that she has all these derogatory things to say about how he ran things when,
He
they
paid her
had a
bill.
relationship. If she had issues, she could have talked to him about it, but she didn't. She called him when she needed something.
That part right there. She's talking him into the ground now, but when he was alive, she was talking him up because she knew he was helping her.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that could go so many different ways. We don't have to go none of those ways, but it can. So we're going to let the people, source out some of these things, but, a lot is being said now that this man is not here. And like you said, she had plenty of opportunity to say something while he was here. And we're going to talk about one of the things that really made me mad during this meeting. I think I'm going to show the video in a little bit. There's a question that says, does Stephanie know which bank the surplus Frank left behind is held in, and who has or had access to these funds?
It was Fifth Third Bank, and the only names would have been the clerk and Robert Hunt after Frank passed away.
Lord have mercy.
Right, Robert Hunt.
That right there is a total bomb. And if you didn't get
Robert
it,
Hunt got the money.
I want you to replay this back and let it sink into your mind what she just said. Okay?
Would have been the clerk.
As or had access to these funds. question says, does Stephanie know which bank the surplus Frank left behind is held in, and who has or had access to these funds?
It was Fifth Third Bank, and the only names would have been the clerk and Robert Hunt after Frank passed away.
I don't know who the clerk is.
Lord have
Oh, that
mercy.
old lady.
That right there is a total bomb. And if you didn't get it, I want you to replay this back and let it sink into your mind what she just said. Okay? So this acting that Robert is doing, that's a whole act. Acting like he doesn't know, oh, this is too vague, I don't know how this goes. If he was there when Frank Zuccarelli was there, he definitely knows how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. That's amazing. I don't know if you know this question. So Stephanie worked at the Township. She didn't work in Dalton. I'll ask her this question, but I'm not sure she knows. What areas was Tiff involved with when she was trustee?
Wait, repeat that?
They want to know what areas Tiff was involved with when she was trustee. What I try to explain to them was that you worked at the Township, you didn't work in Dalton.
I did.
So,
I can just give you my opinion from where I sat, because along with being the Township supervisor, Frank was also the Thornton Township Democratic Committeeman. And with that, it got us involved in a lot of races in a lot of communities in the Township. Every election cycle, we were involved in races. So I did pay attention to some of these things, like this dislike with me and Tiffany. It's not new. It goes back to 2012 when I met her. So, there is history with some of this stuff. But with that Democratic organization, I did learn a few things about, Tiffany. And I will say, as a trustee, she asked the mayor very similar requests that her board is asking of her now. Can you get us the board books in a timely manner? We don't have time to look over these things. Who she was as a trustee contradicts everything she does as a mayor.
And I can see that, watching some of the old meetings, the way that she used to go at Mayor Riley.
Yep.
And we all know he wasn't as clean as the driven snow. Cracks me up now that she is the mayor and doing some of the same things.
Correct.
It is mind blowing to me how that switched so quickly. It seems like, from her telling the story about how she became a trustee to where we're at now. It seems so far apart.
It is, which is why it kind of upsets me when I hear people from the outside saying like, well, you voted her in, you got what you asked for. Well, okay, so she's always been rough around the edges, and, she's always been slightly selfish. She's always been kind of hood. Like, there's always these things about her, but like, she seemed to be fighting for the right thing. So it's not fair to say that people, got what they deserved. Like, that's not what they thought they were getting.
Well, my thing is, first.
Well, now, Miss Stephanie, fuck that. Again, while she was trustee, it was well known that she was a slumlord, and she may have been doing sketchy things like approving her own inspections and shit of that nature, conducting her own inspections to keep getting the government money. That was why she was a trustee, and she was still voted in as mayor. Whatever charge she got, breaking into cars or whatever, that was why she was a trustee, still got voted in as mayor. The Tiffany good, y'all was seen at the restaurant, y'all was able to go visit the establishment. Terrible at running business. Was nasty there, didn't pay the bills there. And y'all still voted her in as trustee. It's articles out where she ain't paid the bills at the college for the goddamn business. She wasn't going through background checks and shit there. The college complained about her not doing background checks on the employees and notifying them if somebody had some questions. The same shit that she brought over into being the goddamn mayor. A leopard don't change its spots. So it is fair for people to say, y'all got what the fuck y'all wanted to, because people were just blinded by the fact that she was a young black woman running for goddamn mayor. I would honestly say it could have been any black woman. If it had never been a black woman there, because we're going to take the young guy that she's 40. She's not like she was Dot's age when he won trustee seat at 18 and shit. That's young. She's a seasoned politician's age. But I would say any black woman could have ran and would have won on the fact that it was a black woman running and they had never had that. But that's what y'all voted in, knowing all of this shit. She ain't just started doing this shit when she became mayor. She was doing it as a trustee.
Thing I try to tell people is she was not voted in.
If anything, she showed y'all she was a damn career politician as a fucking trustee.
Township she was nominated in.
Correct.
So she was not voted in Thornton Township. So they didn't even get the opportunity to say no.
Right.
The third thing is, like you said, when she was a trustee, she was very compliant. She was very, you could work with her. She still was listening to good counsel, you know, but as that power got closer, you know, as she saw that she could get the power, she was going to, you know, get the power and she would be in charge. I feel like that's when it turned.
Yes.
You know, it turned that I'm now over these people and I don't have to listen to them. You know, so something there with the ego, you know, for me, that's the way it looks. First Lady Brown says, how long did Stephanie stay in her position when Tiffany took over? What was the relationship between the two of them? Woo! It's a loaded question, boy. I mean, I know, you know, some of the things, but go ahead, Stephanie. Woo!
So she was appointed March 3rd and I was fired March 22nd. So 2-ish weeks, right?
19 days.
And I mean, we really didn't, there wasn't a relationship outside of, we just didn't really like each other. Our interactions at the capacity we had dealt with each other, you know, wasn't great. The previous supervisor and myself were like family. Watching somebody like her have a relationship with somebody like that, you could tell it's very one-sided, and it was, you know, it was what it was. It was theirs, I guess, but I didn't appreciate it. And it just always caused this weird tension. She had these expectations that people owed her something when, you know, really we were doing a favor for him that just happened to involve you. She was, you know, very ungrateful. And so I didn't have much dealings with her outside of what I was forced to. So when she got appointed supervisor, there was already that weird tension. You know, my seat goes directly with the supervisor. There's no shock value in firing me because, well, I was his person. I'm not going to be your person. She did have an opportunity to give me something else, but in the meeting, she wanted me to choose a job. And I just felt like it, you know, these people are my family. They're my team. I'm not going to like jockey for somebody's position. That's not who I am. So I told her that she was appointed to the seat, and then I felt like it was her decision to make. And that was on a Thursday, and that following Tuesday I was fired.
Now, for me, I feel like, and I want to know if you feel this way, I feel like whenever she is faced with people who are not going to compromise on their morals, she tries to give them this fake choice of, you know, okay, go ahead and choose what you want to do. When in her mind, she's not going to allow you to stay there anyway, because she has a problem with anyone who wants to serve the people and not serve her.
Yeah, and that's probably one of my biggest issues. It's definitely the number one reason that I keep pushing through this is because, you know, I don't underestimate the fact that at the end of my career, I had done, you know, well for myself. I mean, everybody has put the numbers out there. We all know what it is, you know, but I started there making $7.50 an hour, maybe 20 hours a week. Like, it was work to get to where I was. And it was work to keep it all going. So it wasn't an easy path. I feel like I earned everything I got. And I think that sometimes, I'm sorry, it's a bad idea to read these comments while I'm talking to you.
It is. It's a very bad idea. Don't look.
I think I might have to flip them off. I can't stop.
Look, you can go down the rabbit hole. Put the private chat on.
You know,
That way you don't look.
I'm looking at Nikita talking about get her.
Listen, I'm gonna
Where's Dr. Nikita?
add me. I'm gonna add you, Dr. Nikita. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Go to your messenger. Hold on one second. You go ahead and keep talking, Stephanie. She actually wanted to ask you a question. I wanted to ask you a question. So, how does Tiffany know Robert Hunt? If you know the answer to that.
So to my knowledge, they met through Frank. Robert was not involved out here. He was hired for the finance department through like an outsourcing company. And that's how he got into the township. And then once he was there for a while, he, had talked to the committeeman about having some, political aspirations. And he lived in Dalton, so he hooked him up with Stan Brown and Tiffany. And that's kind of how that.
And he was a trustee at one time, was he?
He was in Dalton, yeah.
Yeah. And then he kind of transitioned, he lost his seat, and he kind of transitioned to becoming the finance director, correct?
He was already the finance director.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about it. And now, how? Like, how to me are you the finance director and the trustee? I don't know that those, well obviously those two positions were not compatible. We're not incompatible.
He's the finance director at the township. He was a trustee at the village.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So that's how, but wow. I hope Dr. Nikita go to her messages so she can join this conversation. This is going to be hilarious in a few minutes.
Yes, it is.
Listen, I live for Dr. Nikita. I'm here for
the cash.
You and me both.
Okay. So you said, you were fired. So then that became, let me just put up something that I read. Let's see. Give me 1 second. What up, Cooking with Frank? What's going on? Do you watch Cooking with Frank, Stephanie?
I do.
He is freaking hilarious. Tiffany hates him so much, but that's why I love him, because she hates him so much. First of all, Avid Chatter, I can safely tell you that Tiffany has dirt on most of the people that are working for free. Because why else would you work for free? Okay? Because I don't work for free.
Yeah.
Stephanie, do you work for free?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and that's probably why she don't want you over there, because she ain't got no dirt on you. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some things, because what she yelled out last night made me so mad.
Yeah, let her tell it, right?
Yeah, man, made me so stinking mad. I was like, I know she didn't. That's what I said. But anyway.
You know what my theory is on that, really?
Tell me.
She was real quick when she said, Ben Bradley numbers were wrong. Well, you had a whole slideshow prepared to prove your point there. Well, I genuinely ask you to keep the same energy when you're throwing rocks at me. Like, make a slideshow. Put it out there. Let us.
She had a whole slideshow full of cookbooks, because the lady that got up and gave a comment and said, these numbers are not reputed. It was that lady for me. Okay? It was that lady for me. So I found this. This is dated August the 5th. I hope everybody can see it. Let me make it bigger. August the 5th. Can you see it there, Stephanie?
No, I can't see anything.
I made it bigger. But it's dated August the 5th, and this is from the Attorney General's office. It was sent, to you and to, this is Tiffany Jaworski. Can you tell us who she is?
She is the attorney for, she works for the Delgado Group.
She does.
Yeah, it's the township attorney.
Right. So they sent this letter, and you actually sent a complaint in, so this is how they got it, because you sent a complaint in about the Open Meetings Act. Mm-hmm. And I just want to read a little bit of what you sent in, because I was so upset. This letter was upsetting to me. It was upsetting to me, one, that you had to write it, especially when you're talking in reference to a public servant, someone who is supposed to be serving the people, and all of the people, whether you like them or you don't. It says, Ms. Weidman alleged that when she arrived at the township building 10 minutes before the start of the board's meeting that evening, a security guard told her that she was not wanted in the building. The audacity. How do you tell a resident of the township that is coming for a township meeting that they are not wanted? Do you remember writing this? Do you remember?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
It says, Ms. Weidman alleged that she nonetheless entered the building. Why? Because you could. That was your right. They couldn't stop you.
Yeah, and I knew this guy was new. He was trying to be so nice. He had no clue that I was just going to plow through him anyway.
Yeah, but this is how Tiffany has been weaponizing this government and this administration against the residents, right?
Yep.
So it says that you were then ushered down to the meeting room, despite there being space in the actual meeting room, right? Mm-hmm. And it says that Keith Freeman intervened on behalf of the board by requiring her and others to go to an overflow room that did not have sound. Do that sound familiar? What meeting? She's done this at 2 meetings now, right?
Yes.
To a whole group and room full of people.
Absolutely.
And so this is the process. This is what I'm trying to show the residents. This is the process. This is what you do. You in turn write a letter to the Attorney General and you tell them that the Open Meetings Act was violated, right? And then you tell them what happened. And so this is what you did. This is what you did. You told them what happened on August the 15th, 2023.
Yes, I actually have done a lot of them. I mean, so many that they know me.
Right.
Girl's office at this point. Because there's been many incidents, prior to the media picking up real big on even the Dalton story. I have been removed from meetings by the police. I mean, she has had me arrested. I mean, this has been the police thing has backed down now. But what it used to be was intimidating to residents. People were afraid of them because they were in a position where they felt like they had to do certain things to keep their jobs, in my opinion.
Right. And to me, this has just been so typical of what she's been doing to the residents. Once you get these letters and these binding opinions, it gives you recourse to sue the township, right?
It does.
And if that's if that's something that you want to do, while it may not be something you should do, it's something you can do because your rights have been violated, right?
Yeah, they actually haven't given me a binding decision yet.
Okay.
I believe that Mr. Dan Lee is the winner in that one. He's like the first. I think he was the first one, and I think that was like a week ago. Yep, and it's really hard to do. I mean, they're very specific about those binding decisions, but he did get one.
I will read this because somebody's asking about charges. What charges did they put on you? Did the arrest cause you to have fines or need to pay for an attorney?
So they charged me with theft under $500.
Wow.
For picking up Tiffany's campaign literature off of the car window.
That is crazy.
Stole campaign.
That is crazy. I think that's a charge that I would have took too. Because that's insane.
I mean, it was my car. And like Nikita's car and Mayor Riley.
Nikita is screaming, let me get her up here. You all, family in the chat, you all please welcome the illustrious, the exquisite, the debonair. What else can we say about her?
We definitely know she's going to spice up the conversation.
Man, this is going to be great. Every time I talk to her, I learn something. Yep. All right, here we go. Dr. Nikita Nichikla.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, Stephanie on here being all nice. Listen, y'all see.
I love this.
Okay, let me clarify a few things.
Let's go. Come on.
So I was in the room, right? So me and Stephanie, we met, and it was funny because she said I was the only one that was in there speaking to everybody hi, because I don't like her, I don't like Tiffany. So I was
the big thing with us, the people that were already there, we were like, okay, why is she with them? We couldn't understand how she fit in here. It just didn't make sense to us.
Oh, but there was a plan. There was a plan,
baby. So. The meeting that where Stephanie mentioned that Tiffany offered her pick a job, right? Mm-hmm. So mind you, y'all, let me paint the picture. So we're in Mr. Zuccarelli's office, right? And Tiffany is sitting at the end of. He has this big conference table, like an 8-person, 10-person conference table, right? So Tiffany is sitting at the end of the table. Stephanie's sitting right across from her. I am at the back of the table on the other end, right? So I kept getting up, going to get snacks, and I'm taking those positions. It was good, y'all. So they're going back and forth, and you know how you can just tell, I didn't know they knew each other. So I'm like, no, they really don't like each other, right? So it's like a whole shade fest. So I'm writing signs, I'm sitting, putting stuff up Tiffany, don't fire her. This gonna be the end of you, not the white girl. Oh God. And Stephanie saw me sitting here trying to get Tiffany eye contact, don't do this.
Oh my God.
Stephanie, how many times did I get up to go get snacks?
And you're supposed to be taking notes.
Lord. Oh, I took the notes. Not only I took the notes, I recorded the whole conversation when Tiffany told Stephanie, I don't like you, I don't trust you. Yes. I'm like, you really said this to an employee?
Wow.
Recorded that whole conversation?
That's crazy. That is crazy. How do you
Release
tell?
the transcript.
How do you say that? And when we have, the workplace rights and all of those things, y'all wasn't advising this lady. She wasn't listening. I remember the Tiffany girl said she was not listening. Lawyer Tiffany.
Tiffany can never say she wasn't told.
Right.
She did not listen.
Wow.
And that's why she's in the situation she's in now. So the day she fired Stephanie, and Stephanie knows I thought that was a bad idea. In fact, when Stephanie was still, we'll get to the car situation in just a second, but Stephanie has sent a FOIA request, right, to the Village of Dalton. Remember that, Stephanie?
Yes, I do.
And look, I got a message to Stephanie, like, fix the bottom and resubmit that FOIA request.
I think it was information I was asking for from both ends. Township, and I sent it to the Village of Dalton.
No.
Wow. So I said, look, I need her to get this information. I need help. So I got a message to Stephanie. Was it through Jason? It was somebody. I was like, tell her to fix the bottom and resubmit the FOIA request, right? It was crazy. So the day she ended up firing Stephanie, I told her, like, that's not a good idea, right? We had gone back and forth, like, literally into it. Like, Tiffany and I, we got into it a lot because, she made a lot of decisions. And I used to ask, like, hey, does this make sense to you? Like, take me there. Help me help you. What were you thinking when you came up with this stupid ass idea, right? Like, I used to ask straight up because I needed to know, I really wanted to help sis. So she came up with this idea that she's going to fire Stephanie. Now, mind you, she didn't even know what a township was. So how are you going to fire the girl who knows everything?
Right, because she's been there for 20 years. You should have utilized her like she was an encyclopedia. For me, that is what you do.
Exactly. And that's what I told her. I'm like, okay, I get it. And even if you don't want her in your department, that's too much wisdom. That's too much knowledge for you to fire. Especially keep in mind what I just said. Tiffany told me point blank, she did not know what the role of a supervisor did. She was chasing the bag.
Wow. So you don't know what, and this just makes me feel more and more and more like this was a setup as far as her getting nominated, and there was just something underlying going on there because she was already having issues with the trustees in Dalton, right?
Yeah, but I know a lot of people, and I do have to say this, and I'm going to give Stephanie back her interviews. Two more things, but Chris Gonzalez, I promise, I stand on this. I did not know Chris Gonzalez from a campaign, so I'm not saying this as a friend. I'm telling you the truth. I will say this under oath. Chris Gonzalez got finesse. So here's the plan. This is what happened. So around late November, it was early November. Tiffany decided to do renovations on Village Hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was approved through the board, to put some paint up, fix some floors upstairs, but Tiffany extra. So now she want to go downstairs and start tearing down walls and building extra offices and things of this sort. Now she had another contractor there doing all of the work. The work was like 95% done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in January, so around it was around Christmas, the entire office. I don't think I can say that, but so in January we came back to work because we had to close Village Hall due to a health incident, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So we had to close Village Hall for about a week. On the day that Village Hall opened back up, which was January 3rd, that was the day that Mr. Zuccarelli passed away.
Mm.
Okay, so I saw someone in the comments asking, was Tiffany there? Listen, it was the most uncomfortable experience I have ever experienced in my life. So the call came in, Zuccarelli passed. Tiffany decided she wanted to go to the house. But keep in mind, she had a security detail. Her security detail was a Dalton police officer. So when you got to Mr. Zuccarelli's block, if you weren't a close family member, you had to stay at the end of the block, right, Stephanie? They had the street blocked off. Yeah, they had the street blocked off. But because Tiffany was in a police vehicle, they let us through. Now, we get to the house. Stephanie's out there. Nate is there. Mr. Zuccarelli's, his beloved was there. I think a couple members of his family were there. Now, We're outside, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? They said they're waiting on the funeral home. So I'm like, wait a minute. He's still in the house? Tiffany want to be out here taking pictures, shaking hands, kissing babies, right? So I go get in the police vehicle. I'm looking at Stephanie, and they looking at me like, who is this broad, right? And I get it because it was an uncomfortable moment. And just given as though most people know I just lost my father. Can you imagine if it was a no name sitting there just lurking around in someone's literally their most private moment? And she's out here. It's them, it's the family, everyone who's known him. Like Stephanie just said, she worked for this man for 20 years. His girlfriend, wife, or whomever, his sister, his employee, the people who matter to him are there, and then us. Right? So I keep trying to get in the car, and I'm like, dude, I'm talking to the security, so I'm like, this is mad uncomfortable. And Tiffany, like, come on, I need you to be out here with me. And it was crazy. So I had to stand out there in the cold. She was there when they took out his when they took out Mr. Zuccarelli from the house. She pulled out her phone to film this man being put in the vehicle to be taken to the funeral.
The pictures are on her Facebook page.
Right after that, we went to eat. And then at the restaurant, we went to S2 Grill, the one that's in Timmy Park.
Okay, I love that place.
Remember, yeah, good food. So we were in there, and she wanted me to write a statement for her from my cell phone because she had to get it out first, right? That attention whore. I gotta get the statement out first. So now I'm typing an official document from my cell phone, right? Crazy. So that same day was the board meeting. The same board meeting that the board stated that they were not going to hire Keith Freeman. The same board meeting, she had me to write the statement, and she read the statement, tears and all. Don't sound like the same Zuccarelli that she was just talking about at the board meeting the other day. She said that man will give you the shirt off of your back. He will give you, like the food truck. She sang his praises. She did it to me before this man died. She had me calling his phone for food boxes. Remember that, Stephanie?
I do.
Oh my God.
So, and this man wasn't even well then. You can tell he did not sound well. But guess what he did? He sent Tiffany a truckload of food boxes to give to the community. That's the type of man he is. Now, mind you, I don't know he's from a can of paint. I'm just telling you what I know. So, 2 days later, she come and get me. We went to the taco restaurant that, Mr. Bobby Meir, shout out to Bobby Meir, was just talking about in Dalton Politics. So she said she's going to be the next supervisor. I don't know how she knew that, but that man wasn't there yet. That was 2 days later. All right.
Interesting.
Now, back to Chris Gonzalez. Next thing you know, that those contractors that were working, which was not Chris Gonzalez, on Billy Paul, were gone. She went and finessed Chris Gonzalez and hired him. He came in there. I was there when he did his evaluation of the work. Tiffany complained. She said she wanted him to change all the colors. She came up with all of this work that she wanted him to do so she can get close to him. He did not do anything wrong. He didn't know what she was doing.
Wow.
And keep in mind, I still did not know who he was, but she did.
Wow.
So now he didn't know her. He did not. So when he said that, it was true.
Because what he said was the reason he picked her was because she was young. She would have been the first Black woman mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted, the township to go forward.
Yeah, and that's reasonable. Like you have to look at it like he's probably thinking at this point, all right, let's kind of, give it a change. He didn't know her history, and at the time, Dalton wasn't on the map like it is now. So a lot of people, if you weren't in the know, then you didn't know that we were going through that, the friction between the board and the trustees and things of that sort. Because if you look back at the board meetings from back in the day, we had 78 views. Now there are tens of 20s and sometimes 100,000 views on a video. People didn't know what was going on. And, and then also to the residents, what people say, the residents knew who they voted for. I also need you to also consider that during that election, it was in 2020. What happened right during that election? People were left or right. It was COVID. People were afraid to go outside. And then right after the election, the world shut down.
Right.
So it's a lot of misconceptions. I get it. I'm not faulting anyone, but I think that we forget to put those little facts out there.
I have a question.
I pointed out the big facts of what she was doing when she was trustee. But people still saw her name on the ballot. The few people that did vote, They do her record as a trustee. They seen the mugshot. They saw the articles from the South Suburban College saying you got to roll because you ain't paid rent and you ain't following the rules and it's nasty. It was reporters at the trustees meetings asking Tiffany about her being a damn slumlord. Those are big facts. As trustees, she never should have gotten to bed. They were blaming it on COVID. No, they got what they voted for and what they deserved.
Important because honestly, everything from the day Frank passed away until the day I got fired from the township, everything is kind of a blur for me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard for me to remember some things, but I've had a couple people ask me recently if Tiffany was in the house that day, and I cannot remember.
She went in the house, but the chief kicked her out. The chief of South Island Police.
Okay, so
he was asking about. He only wanted family. You guys. He only allowed the family to go inside the house, and I was definitely not messing around like that. Like, no, I'm not doing it. But no, he was very. He did his job.
It's going on everywhere. Their mayors just aren't on TV calling everybody lies and blatantly lying. They doing it at their meetings and going home. She doing a cooking show. Their mayors aren't trying to be reality TV stars and all of this shit. That's the difference. They low key, even though they doing it wide open in the public, but they low key.
No, definitely shout out to the chief of police for South Island. He kept control of the situation and he was adamant, you're not family, get out.
Wow. I have the January 3rd, 2022 meeting up. Where about in that meeting does she,
At the beginning, actually, it's during her mayor's report, right before,
okay.
So it's after the Pledge of Allegiance, and then it's right before they go to start talking about the vote for Keith Freeman.
Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna try to bring it up.
Yeah, please do.
This was the meeting where she got mad at Brittany because her mic was still on. I remember she gonna be so nasty. Hold on, I'm gonna put this out because Brittany mic gets on for some reason. I don't know why. Hold on. But she was nasty then because why she gonna get pissed that Brittany's mic is on. Hold on.
So y'all get used to writing the 22 on your papers. The time is now 6:33 p.m. Clerk, if you would, call the roll.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Trustee Steve?
Call it.
Trustee Norwood? Present. Trustee Belcher? Here. Trustee Holmes?
Present.
Trustee Brown? Present. And Trustee House?
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Next, if you all would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
I'm done with you. Yes, Cooking with Frank. If you don't do a video with this hair do with Tiffany in it, I'm done with you. Because that is 2022, and I feel like it's 1972 when I look at this. You know what? Let me just play this because I'm getting distracted.
United States of America. And to the republic, stand.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Trustee Norwood, if you would please stop unmuting yourself. Only when you guys are speaking, you can unmute yourself. Everyone will stay muted. I would appreciate it. Next, we're going to do prayer. If you would, Trustee Holmes, will leave us in prayer.
Mute yourself.
Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for letting us in your prayer. We'll not be doing our monthly installation as a team of the trustees. As we'll resume back in February. We will send an email and do our communications, put the information out. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I got two announcements that I want to make in the beginning. One is I would like to introduce.
Bike lanes in about 10 years.
Well, before I do the introduction, I'm a product. So we're gonna do the introduction first. So first, I would like to introduce a person by the name of Tyrone Muhammad. He is he is the founder of ECCFD. I hope I got it right, Ty. I was messed the initials up. He is coming on board with the Village of Dawson, and he will lead the second chance thing that I have going on for the. And I know right now this man, Tyrone Muhammad, is very pissed because he helped her get elected. Is that correct, Dr. Makita?
Man, let me get it. I know that a lot of people have mixed views on Tyrone Muhammad, but let me say this. When it comes to somebody having someone's back.
About the party in Dalton, she wanted to kick him off the board as a trustee. She's like, he don't need to be head that committee no more. Of Melanie Fitness.
He came out there, he walked with her, he stood with her,
exactly.
With the gas giveaway. It was his gas giveaway. If we really being real, he helped her. And yeah.
This is where she talks about the second chance thing. So I want you all to pay attention of how she slickly got the criminals that we have now their jobs, the ones that's working for free, mind you.
Dog resident who has backgrounds, issues, or problems. Currently, a lot of people don't know I did make the Village of Dawson a second chance village through executive order, and now we're implementing a plan to show you guys what it entails. Next board meeting, which is in 2 weeks, we will lay out exactly what is about to happen. Today is really just a meet and greet, so you'll know who's heading it. Tyrone Muhammad has been all over the city of Chicago, and he is out here in the south suburbs as well. I thought he was the best candidate to head this organization because of his background, his fight, his willingness to help people like myself. The only difference is I'm a politician, and he's basically, I don't want to say street person, but he's out in the streets, in the communities with people trying to make a difference. Currently, this program will help people with backgrounds such as any issues you have. I'll say that any issues that you have, you gotta want the help. I'll say that. It will focus on job placement, will focus on healthcare, transportation, and housing. Currently now we're structuring it, and trustees or anybody that wants to help with the program or structure it or add to, please, by all means, get your input, let us know what you want to see. And it is to help people that are struggling. As you know, people go and do the time for their crime and they get out. And unfortunately, society has a bad way of making them feel like they don't exist or that the crime will forever be their punishment for life, and that's not true. Not here with Tiffany Henyard. With me, as your mayor, I will always give people a second chance. I will always try to implement a difference in the community, and this is what the difference looks like. It's about us going to these homes that are your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties, and your grandmas. They all have backgrounds. They all have issues. So when I door knock and speak to them, they ask me to help with the things that I just mentioned: the job placement, the healthcare, the transportation, and the housing, of course, being number one. So with that being said, I want to introduce Tyrone Muhammad, just give him an opportunity just to speak to everyone, and then the next board meeting we will go in more depth of what we're about to accomplish here. Tyrone, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor, and the trustees that's on who I have, and that's formally.
Basically, they have to learn how to live back amongst us. Who need be mixed? Yeah.
I would be remiss in my duty if I didn't acknowledge.
She turned that water on fast, child.
And work in
look at she just smiling right there.
And reducing fire.
Girl, she might have been high right there.
Yes, that is. Trustee Holmes is a big advocate of change, and the reason why I say I'm a crybaby is a good friend of mine passed today. On January 3rd, 2020, and Zuccarelli was, but we was really, really close.
Okay,
the reason why I say I'm a crybaby is a good friend of mine passed today. A lot of people don't know how close me and Zuccarelli was, but we was really, really close. I'm gonna read this.
And Frank was really, really close. Not the one who had the deficit, the one who was bad. The one who, all right.
Statement, and then I'm gonna move on. On January 3rd, 2020, I am extremely sad to learn about the sudden passing of Township Supervisor Frank M. Zuccarelli. This is a great loss to our community. Our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones and family. As my mentor and my dear friend, I had a personal connection.
Now he was your mentor, but you saying he bad. Now he was your mentor? Damn, these hoes ain't loyal.
With his inspiration and goodwill.
Clerky Mouse is killing me.
The best we can do to honor his memory is to continue to follow what he stood for. People working with people. he would truly be missed. I don't want to keep going, but I can go on and on about what a great man Frank Zuccarelli was. It was said when I got the news today.
He's a great man, a great, great, great man. And she's sullying his goddamn name.
About his departure.
Did she say I could go on and on?
Hold up. Listen, y'all. I wrote the speech. She couldn't read all the words. I just got to tell you. I'm sorry. I said it.
Oh my God. Dr. Nikita, do you know what?
She couldn't read the words. I'm just sorry. I might tell you a joke.
She can't say no word.
But it won't be that. But still, for her to even say that at that time, to say, I could go on and on about how great he was, and then get in a meeting last night and say...
You're going to learn about that line.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Line. You're going to learn about that.
Okay, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do.
Like, listen, like that man, he will give you the shirt off. Just keep listening to this. And the way she talked about him last night.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me continue. Let's see what else she said, because I'm stumped at I could go on and on about how great this man is.
And no one knows what will happen while you're here. So I try my best to tell my family, my loved ones, that I love them. And I think everyone should do the same, because today is not promised to anyone. This is an example of that. I don't want everyone to continue fighting. I know that things are going to get bad before they get better, especially within his organization. And it's sad to see people fight over seats, titles.
Dr. Nikita, who is this James dude right here?
I don't know. I don't remember him. I can't remember I know he was trying to sell something. This was back when she used to have, when, they were still sort of doing things the right way, and they would have, like vendors come before the board and present, like RFP. Yeah.
Dr. Nikita put the big words in there on purpose. She wanted to show y'all what she needed to show y'all before she needed to show y'all. That's what she done. Listen, I feel like that First Lady Butterfly in the Sky. I can fly twice as high. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Nikita did it on purpose to try to show y'all what y'all was dealing with, but it got looked over because she was crying. But that definitely was the butterfly in the sky. Okay, child. That's and then Clark Key, Tammy Brown, Brittany, they are taking me out because they're like, girl, hurry up and finish this mess. Look at Clark Key's face. She looked like, how when your kids think they so funny and they say something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like when your kids, they think they is so funny. They say something. That's how you look at your kid. Like, if you don't go out of my face, boy, I say go clean your room. Don't try to tell me no jokes. That's how she looked. I'm like, Jesus. Okay, child. Okay, well, okay, let's finish it, child, because the lies is getting thick.
Things of that nature. The person not even in the ground yet. I will miss you, Frank Zuccarelli. My true friend.
Dr. Nikita will miss you.
I will miss the late night phone calls. Just your overall support of me as me. I thank you for everything you have done for myself and for community. And I will live up to your name of people working with people. It's all he cared about. He had a heart for the people, he had a heart for community. And don't you dare come to any of his events and say you're hungry. He gonna give you the whole truck. I guarantee it. So with that being said,
So all you did was keep going what he already had in place. You didn't do shit different. You got Kiki wide. He never did that. Kudos to you. Ooh, we there. Turn on in the trap or die.
Move forward to Village Report.
Now this is taking me out. She said she would give me the whole truck. And as we can see, she will give herself the whole truck.
But he literally, but here's the thing, and I know I don't want to talk too much on it because Stephanie, like when I say Stephanie loved that man right there, like it make you wanna, like I wish I've known him but he literally, guys, let me explain. This was right before Christmas. It was December 18th. You can look it up. She had the turkey giveaway. He literally gave her the whole truck of food to give away to the community, and she treated him like that.
Wow. And you know what, Stephanie? My condolences to you because the travesty in all of this is that you could have been a great resource to her, and she could have actually held this seat just as long as him if she had listened.
Yeah, if she would have done it right, it definitely could have been something different.
Right.
On another note, you know what watching that video taught me?
What?
There was a time she didn't lie.
Stephanie, we can't even say that because Nikita wrote the speech.
I didn't lie. It was, you go, look, Stephanie, it's me.
I tried to look for the lining.
Okay, you did it. You did it, girl. If you did, it's somewhere under that wig, but it ain't in that speech because Dr. Nikita wrote that. Oh my God. This is turning into a roast. I cannot with y'all tonight. I cannot. But yeah, I mean, you tried, Stephanie. I think a lot of people have tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's had that second chance program, like she's had that multiple times with multiple people, you know, and I feel like she's had plenty of times to correct herself. She's had a lot of time, if you look at it. A recalled mayor who was given an extra time by a judge. And if you can't get it right still with that, that is no one's fault. That's your fault.
And the lack of being grateful the day when the day the judge ruled in her favor that now here's the thing. A lot of people, it was a recall and they should have known it. No. And I'll own it. Like I'm not an accountability person. I think, we made a bad call I wasn't in it, but it was a bad call putting both referendum questions. It happened, right?
Right.
Because she was a danger. So I can see them, hey, let's just try to get both of these questions on here now. We can't risk another election. Anything can happen. Because at this point, think about it. I just told you, they told her she can paint. She started tearing down walls. Like when I say spending that money, she started spending that money. And so that being said, that happened, right? But it was a technicality. It wasn't that the people didn't do their part. The people voted. In fact, if you look at the numbers for the recall, it's double of the amount of people who voted her in.
That part.
That part. Out. It
that
was
part. That part right there.
People who voted to recall her than for the recall mechanism itself.
Wow. But you're around here saying otherwise. And I want to say this to Mr. Paul Roberts. Mr. Paul Roberts, yes, she had a lot of mentors. But at the moment she felt that she was going to win, she stopped listening.
Yep.
She stopped listening to those people.
Yep.
She had a lot of mentors. A lot of them in her corner. Even though she was rough around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
She could have had Stephanie Weidman as the greatest asset on the Township side.
Yep.
So yeah, she had a lot of people.
I can confirm Stephanie tried to educate her. As she said, educate child. But Stephanie tried at that table. She brought her papers. She said, listen, Tiffany. She had patience. She had the patience of a saint. She listen, Tiffany. And she started breaking down. And even she admitted areas of opportunity. Stephanie really did. I sat there on the meeting. One day, Stephanie, we should release it. We're going to hold it now, Justin, because I know that.
But listen, I hope you release it on this show. I hope you release it on this show.
But when I tell you, she literally broke everything down. Hey, this is the areas of improvement. This is, this is where I would do if I were you. How can I help you? I'm here to serve. She literally said that. It is I have the transcript and I have the audio. Stephanie said that. She said, I am here to serve. What do you want me to do?
I think as has everybody. Everybody, I feel like tried to work with her.
Yeah.
Everybody that was of good character and accountability, everyone that had been in their positions for, many years.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody gave her a chance.
These folks, these are legends in the community, and they were trying to work with her. They gave her a chance, but nobody stated that she was perfect. Not a soul.
Right.
There was area of opportunity. She's rough around the edges. We can work with her. But at the end of the day, there were no other candidates.
Right. But I feel like they said that they could work with her because she pretended that she would work with them.
Yep.
I mean, Sherry Hatcher Britton was, they were trying to help her. Even though she was, I feel like the rough around the edges thing, people kind of, not ignored it, but kind of excused it because she wanted, it seemed that she wanted the help at that time.
But you have to consider the fact that I think, okay, so it was Andrew Holmes didn't live in Dalton. The other guy, if memory serves me correctly, Sherry's in the chat, correct us, he did not live in Dalton. It was some questionable.
Right. And then Riley had a stroke. And then COVID. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
And then Riley had a strong senior base. So the seniors were not coming out during COVID. You remember, if you know, in the news, they were saying seniors were terrified to go outside even after the pandemic.
Right.
They were not going outside. So you were not getting those votes. So I think it was just a bad situation altogether. And that's what we ended up with.
Wow. I mean, absolutely incredible. Well, you gonna stay on with us, Dr. Nikita? It's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
You want me to stay on and instigate you?
One thing I wanted to go over tonight. So I told the people we're doing a recap of the meeting. And one thing I want to do officially on my channel is to give a big, huge shout out to Carmen Carlisle. And I want to give a big, huge shout out to her because she's a very quiet person. She's not a very loud person. And she's not a conflict person. And for her to step up and do what she did last night was amazing. She said several times in the meetings that she is new to being a trustee and being in that seat because she was chief of staff before. She wasn't a trustee. Mm-hmm. So it was new to her having to really start to look at the warrant list. To start to decipher invoices and how the process works of how people get paid or how they're supposed to get paid. So she's really just finding, all of these things out. And I feel like once she realized or once she recognized that the way that she was doing things was not correct, because I feel like she was seeking advice from Tiffany because she was the chief of staff previously, right?
Yeah, so a little backstory. So Carmen actually worked under me at the Village of Dalton. That was like little sis. And I was actually doing a lot of training her. And with Carmen, she is the type of person that everything you said so far is absolutely correct. She is a doll. She's a sweetheart. She's non-confrontational, loyal to a fault. And loyal to a fault. And I'm going to say that a third time, loyal to a fault. And you also have to keep in mind, when Carmen worked under me, she did not see the things that I went through. She didn't see the fighting between Tiffany and I. She may have seen some things, but not everything. She didn't see the things I peeped, which is why I quit. She didn't see the, her or me, because I was a fixer as a publicist. I literally used to clean it up, make it look pretty, try to, soften the blow. Keep in mind, I'm the same person who took Tiffany and 2 other trustees to dinner to try to fix all of this. So that being said, Carmen come in, I leave. Now, when I left, I didn't talk to any of the employees because I know how Tiffany is. Even if they did not know, Tiffany is an extremely hateful, spiteful individual. And if she'd known that they would talk to me, she would fire them. And guess what? I have a husband. I have a business. My situation may not be your situation, and I would never want to be put in a situation where a person lost their job because of me. Stephanie is the exact same way. People have literally lost their jobs because of their relationships with us. That being said, Carmen immediately steps into the position. And Tiffany, she did the same thing she did with me, that little finesse move.
Well, she tried.
Yeah, she tried to do that little finesse, hey, I'm this person, everyone's just beating up on me and all of this is all bad. These people are bad, but I'm good. They don't understand me. I'm misunderstood. And then Carmen, being the nice person that she is, she thought just like all of us, we can fix her. We can help this situation. We can do that. Now, I wouldn't have stayed as long, but her heart was in the right place, always. And right, when she peaked, when Tiffany blatantly lied to that girl's face, Carmen showed you her integrity stepped up. Right. Quit and dealt with all the banter, the slander, everything. She could have stepped down. She's dealing with full-fledged. People don't understand. With Tiffany, it's like being in an abusive relationship with a narcissist. And what we're all witnessing is the breakup of a narcissist. So Carmen is doing the right thing because she could have
Right. And I feel like she's, now that she is learning, the Robert's Rules of Order, how as a trustee, she is supposed to vote in the best interest of the residents and not in the best interest of Tiffany. I feel like she got finessed in that manner. You know what I mean? Well, Tiffany was telling her, well, I'm just trying to do what's best for the residents, and this is best for the residents. So you should vote with me. I could hear her saying that. Yeah. So, I commend her. And I want to take my hat off to her because it is not easy, especially as we found out in a previous meeting that Tiffany visited her home and tried to intimidate her. That definitely is unacceptable. That's weird behavior to me. Like, why are you showing up to my home about business?
Yeah, she's a bully.
So that was strange to me. But I just want to tell Carmen that you have a whole township behind you, and definitely don't be afraid, because there are people out here who will stand up for you if need be. So please continue to do your job, and I feel like the residents are going to continue to uplift you and back you up when you need them. But she began to speak up in the meeting last night about some things on the warrant list. And I told the people that I would go back to the warrant list, to where Robert was reading. Robert needs some water. Ooh, Stephanie, was you in that room last night?
Not when Robert was reading. I actually didn't get there until about 10 minutes before the public comments, like just in time for her to start talking about me.
Because, child, the way he needed some water reading this warrant list. I'm going to go back in the meeting. Let me get to the meeting. I'm going to go back in the meeting to where, I think it was where Carmen called her out. And shout out to Critical Smoker for the video that he took last night. Thank you for the footage. Thank you for allowing us to use the footage. So, okay, so at this point, we see that Carmen, they're paying the bills. They're supposed to be paying the bills. Did y'all see it? Tap it on the screen.
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Child.
Now
I need to put this wine down. So they went to, on the agenda, they went to paying the bills. And Carmen called out some things on the warrant list that she wanted taken out. And this is where this child becomes unhinged and then just proceeds. She made me feel like, I ain't even gonna say that. Let me just play this. Child.
What's these items that they don't want to read into records, and they don't want people to know what's going on? Read those items into record, or whatever items that you don't want to read. Okay, so go ahead. Trustee, please. Stop. We gonna be transparent. What y'all have? What do you got? Stop. Read them into record. What she wants to take out? What?
Because Carmen, what she did was, all of a sudden, Tiffany gets mad. Oh, now we're going to be transparent and read it. What's her point? Or why do you think she called the lackey? And I call him the gopher. He is the go for this, the go for that, the errand boy. He going to be the fall for this and the fall for that too. What do you think was her motive of having him read? And I'm going to tell you, it was 28 minutes, 25 minutes, and 31 seconds long that he read all of this.
Stephanie, you go first. I know what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, him taking 25 minutes to read, it actually worked to my benefit, because I had a board meeting at the Park District, and it was over in enough time for me to still make it to the Township meeting. So I appreciated him for that. I can give him credit where credit is due. I think that her reasoning may have been because something in that sequence of numbers they were taking out was something that she wanted to, you know how she does, like, oh, you don't want to feed his family, and you know how she is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that one of those may have been that. She was looking to
get a reaction out of the residents. She thought,
the employees. It was actually a lot of employees in that room that night.
Okay, Dr. Keita, what do you think her?
Well, you guys know that, and this is interesting. I don't know. I don't watch all the YouTubes. I know some people I do kind of catch, but what I haven't seen was anyone do the videos between all of the lawsuits that are with Tiffany and Robert Hunt when he was a trustee at the Township. They're friends, right? But she doesn't respect Robert. she treat Robert as a flunky. And Robert is in fear of his job. You got to think about it. Robert is doing what, Stephanie, $200,000 now a year?
Robert should be in fear of jail. He should not be in fear of his job.
Yeah.
I'm not in fear. When I go to work, I'm not in fear of that job. I'm in fear of somebody at that job causing me to go to jail. That's what I be in fear of. But okay, go ahead.
Facts. No, you're absolutely correct. But yeah, she booked Robert. Like, I have heard her go full-fledged unhinged at that buddy. Like, I wouldn't do it.
She made me feel like they got something. I mean, we know she have a lot of miles on her, but okay.
And get robbed, but Tiffany and Rob are friends, and they've been friends for a long time.
But I heard he like cougars. You know what? I'm digressing today. No lie, that's what I heard. I heard that he like cougars. His wife is a cougar, right? Okay, child. You know, we gotta get the facts and the tea. Okay, great. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Ty. 180. Yeah, 180 per year. Yeah. No, he's clearing the bag, and you know that to me that means a lot to some people. You know, and I think that's why he.
That's why he read the long ass warrant.
That's why you think that's why?
Yeah, I think it's about the money. I mean, you have to think about it like this. She done already beat him up. They already got the plan. Stephanie said the part about, you know, she thought that she was going to, you know, like instigate it and piss a bunch of people off and it was going to be but she ended up looking stupid in the end because, you know, what we heard was she was trying to pay for a bunch of cakes and, you know, stupid stuff, further wasting the money, further proving why, you know, you're incompetent, you're a functional illiterate, and you do not need to be in that seat.
This is wild. So I'm glad that you brought up because we're not going to sit through everything that Robert read because it was like fingernails on a chalkboard listening to him read because it's very difficulty. It's giving very difficulty, friend. Okay, and I was so confusion just trying to hear him read. I was like, this man is a certified public accountant, and he is giving very much difficulty today. I mean, that to me, I said, what? This man is actually a certified public accountant, but you know, anyway, I digress. So if you are looking at the screen, what I did was I went to our dear friend Critical Smoker's video, and I went to the transcripts, and I copied and pasted.
All right, I'm stopping it yonder. There is still about an hour to go on this here video. If y'all want to catch it out, Township recap, exclusive interview, Stephanie Weidman, all in the queue. That's where you can find it at. See y'all in a minute. If Truth decides to go live, if she decides to go, I hope she go live. But let's see y'all in a minute. So apparently, this new setup has me in the vertical app. All right. I'll utilize it a couple times, but then I'll be bored. But until the next episode, we out. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us the misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, get nobody cut to see you old. It's some focus, shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh wee, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Run Island, cause I like my love for choosy. When we link, it's a movie. She busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me. I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Run Island, cause I love my love for choosy. When we link, it's a movie. She busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me. I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.